Okay, so today in class, we should have talked about how there are times where when you divide, like this one over here, you could divide straight across. 9 divided by 8 is 9 eighths. 12 divided by 12 is 1. So technically, it'd be 9 eighths over 1, which is just 9 eighths. So there are times, like when you have a common denominator or when just the numbers work well, you can divide straight across. And so you should. It'll be a lot easier that way. It's when you get stuff like this where it's 3 divided by 2 over 4 divided by 3, you're like, there's got to be a better way. You don't want something like that, a fraction over a fraction. And so let's take a look. So in here, really, if it's little divided by big, it's going to be less than 1. And if it's big divided by little, it's greater than 1. And so, relatively, like you got to look, like 5, 2/3 is definitely less than 5. That's going to be a small number. But 5 divided by 2/3, that's big divided by little. 5/3 is, like less than 2 divided by 4. That's going to be a little number. 1/3 divided by 4/5. 1/3 is smaller than 4/5. But 4/5 is bigger than 1/3. And so we go like that. And here we go. Half cups. So 1 divided by half cup. So 1 divided by 1/2. There are 2 of those. And so I'm looking at 2. But in the picture, like, so here we go, 1 divided by 1/2. But if I'm looking at, I only have 1/4, and then 1/2 is this much of it. I only have half of that. And then 3/4 is just 3 times that. So 1.5 or 3/2. Here we go. 1.5 divided by 2/3. So in this diagram, halves and thirds, the common denominator is sixths. So they broke this up into sixths. I've got 1.5 divided by 2/3. So 2/3 of this would be 4 of those things. I'm going to switch color, and 4, 4, and I've got 1 left over. That's 2 wholes and 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 parts. So 2 and 1/4. Oh, greater than 1. Definitely greater than 1. And then 2 space 1/4. 4/3 is 1 and 1/3, whereas this is 1 and 1/2. 1 and 1/3 is smaller, so it's going to be less than 1, but it's the same technique. 4/3 is going to be 8 of those things. 3.5 is, oops, eraser, 9 of those things. And so here's one where I've got an 8 divided by 9 is just 8/9. Don't even have to do it. Okay. Spiral review. Okay, how do I get from 3 to 9? 2/3 times 3 equals 9. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Now, 2.5 is the same as 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5/2. To get to something over 8, I'm going to multiply by 4 times 4. And so I'm going to get 20. And that bottom one, 10/25 is the same as, so there's not really a side-to-side number, but at the top to bottom would be times 2.5. But if I simplified 10/25 divided by 5 divided by 5, I get 2/5 times 2 I get 10. Budget is 240. 40% of that would be 40 over 100 equals what over 240? That's times 2.4 if you had a calculator. But as a top to bottom number, let's see. If I divide by 10, divide by 10, and then multiply by 24. 4 times 24, according to my multiplication chart, is 96. So that's $96. 36 bucks. 36 over original was 240 equals what over 100? That's a divide by 2.4. That's not very pretty. Divide by 12 over 12. This becomes 3 over 20. And then my side-to-side number is times 5. 3 times 5 gives me 15%. And let's see how I did. Yay, I got them all right. And I'll see you in the next video.